Anyone else get that thing when they wear a hat for too long and their head just starts fucking squeezing, it hurts so much, but you can't take the hat off because your hair looks that bad? That is the stage of grief I'm at the moment. Anyway, right, into the video. This video is basically me talking to you about why you need to start a business. I'm not necessarily talking about a detailing business, which is what I do and I make a lot of money doing it, or a decent amount of money doing it. I'm saying you just need to do it regardless. And this awakening, this idea that everyone needs to start a business of their own, came as a result of circumstances that I had no control of. See, I was working in a insurance sales job, making relatively good money. Pretty normal life as you'd imagine, working 9 to 5. The office is literally just across the road. It was fairly easy work and I didn't really have to put too much effort in. But there was one day where our CEO discovered this magical thing called AI. You've probably heard of it. He made everyone redundant in our office because he thought or thinks, and he might still be doing it, he's integrating AI to basically replace what we were doing, which was picking up the phone all day, every day, or cold calling people, or replying to web chats about people's insurance policies, managing it, selling it, whatever it may be. And with that, I naturally took a completely different worldview and I jumped into a physical business. So I went to the exact opposite end of the spectrum. I was like, I need to do something so far away from this, something that I can completely control, something that's entirely reliant on me, because I know I can depend on myself. So I started a detailing business, and within months I was full-time. I was booked out for weeks in advance and I didn't need to do anything. Can you hear that? So yeah, within months, I was basically in a position where I was earning minimum £7,000 a month from a detailing business, which was great. Been managing to scale it for quite some time now, but I'm getting to a point where, like, if I keep scaling further, I'm going to have to start hiring people, which I'll be honest, I don't really want to do. From a quality of life standpoint, I think I'm near the peak. You know, I don't have to work too much. I don't need to be responsible for anyone else. I can work when I want. I can do this when I want. I can do whatever when I want. And that's what having my own business is allowing me to build. And this is a life that I think more people want. I mean, especially from mates of mine who naturally go down the path of going to uni, getting into career. And yeah, you're stuck in that career for however long until one day someone just decides they don't need you anymore, which isn't a way to live. Now doing it, I came to that realization, and it doesn't take a lot at all. It would take a few couple £100. In this case, a detailing business takes a few £100s to start up. You can start up out the back of your car and you can get clients within a week. It is really that easy. And with that, you can then start to manage your own fate and decide what route your life goes down. And I'm not a million miles ahead of any of you. Like, as I say, you can do this in a month or two. And I just want to talk to you briefly is about how you can start doing it, because it is so simple. And I feel like if you don't do it, you will get left behind. And again, this isn't specifically to detailing. It's just starting any business of your own, because automation is coming, and anything that basically requires the human brain is going to be automated at some point or another. Whether you like it or not, it will be gone in the next 5 to 10 years, however long. But we have now a window, which is basically the Goldilocks zone, where you can now build whatever you want with the use of AI. As I say, I use AI all throughout my business. It basically manages all my jobs for me, all my bookings, any automations, any messages, everything is all through my system that I built, which we can go into more detail about in the future. But with that technology, it puts you, the person, at risk. So you need to enhance it rather than fight against it. And that's what basically starting a business of your own would do. So to start with, in the detailing space, you wouldn't need a van. You can work out the back of your car. And people in the UK are more than willing enough to give you their tap, their electricity, whatever it may be, to get jobs done. So all you'd really need to pay for is the startup costs, and these can be the very extreme basics. All you actually need is everything on screen right here to start. That is literally all you need. Now that you're in a position where you've got your chemicals and you're setting up your business, you want to set up a Google business profile and name your business whatever you think it may be. You don't even need to set up your limited company yet. Come up with a nice name for it, and yeah, maybe post some images of some cars that you may have done for friends and family so far, and just put your name out there. You can jump into Facebook forum groups, but yeah, just try and get some jobs. And I'm not saying you need to charge ridiculous amounts. This is something you can literally do in a month's time. You can charge £200 a day minimum, and that's not hard at all. So once you're in a position where you've got a few jobs under your belt, you've obviously got all the chemicals, you're working out the back of your car, you've got a client, you need to then set up a system within the business to help it basically germinate, to expand, to, what's the other word? compound. That's it. You want it to basically grow itself, and that can be through the use of referrals. So every time in my business anyway, anytime I do a job for a new client, I basically say we have a referral program. So for every new client that you refer to me, you'll get 20% off your next wash. So if they refer 5 people for me, so I get 5 new clients on board, I'll give them a free wash, and I don't care. Like, I don't think it'd be me. I'd probably get someone else to do it, but I'd happily get someone to give you a free wash and pay that person to do it if it means my business gets 5 new clients. And that's helped out massively. And it could be something as like a simple business card, which is what I hand out at the end of every job. This isn't even talking about doing a job. All you really need to do, and it's valeting, you don't need to overcomplicate it. You just need to make sure that you're cleaning the card properly. It is well cleaned. You're showing exactly what you've done before and after. And this can be specific to the client, not only to your social media, but if you do a job, show you the client as to what it was like before, what it's like now, they'll be over the moon. And then you can post that stuff to social media, repurpose it that way, use it for advertising, use it for content, whatever it may be. And that's exactly what I do. All my work goes into ads that we run off Meta or Google. And every bit of footage that we take from doing a job usually goes on TikTok. And I've grown a TikTok account to about 17,000 followers in a span of about 50 TikToks. It did not take a lot of effort at all. And that's another avenue you can make money down, but that's for a separate video. But the point still stands. If I can do it within a few months, then you can too. Because I've literally, over the span of 2 years, put myself in a position where I don't need to worry about anything anymore. I don't need to be grinding every day to keep going, and I now manage the amount of hours I work, and I'm in a position where I can help out others. So if you wanted any more information on this, we will be launching a school community soon. There is a waiting list on the link below. It's called the Finer Details Club, or that's what it will be called. We obviously need to make sure we're getting enough members first. We've got a few hundred people signed up, but it's going to be free to start with anyway. So if you did want to join, completely free to do so. You can build whatever you want with the internet. This opportunity has never existed for anyone until this generation now. Our generation, the generation above me, so for example, I'm 27 years old, right? The people above me, 40, 50, 60 years old, they didn't grow up with computers like we did, so they don't understand the internet like I do. And people younger than us probably won't get this opportunity because by the time they're finished with school or have gone to uni, AI is basically taken over anyway. So we now live, whether you want to admit it or not, in the perfect zone where you can make it as anything you want with the use of the internet. And I think more people need to do this before, again, it is far, far too late. Be the master of your own destiny and make life what it can be. That's all.